Hi, welcome to MaroonWarlock Gaming. I'm the Maroon Warlock. We are in round one of our Legacy Challenge today. We're playing BR Reanimator. I think 61 was the final number of competitors before entering, so we're going to be doing 6 rounds, which I'm kind of okay with. Good warm-up for 2 weeks for the Open. And we already won the first battle. We won the die roll. This deck likes to go first, and oh god, that's bad. Uh, Actually, no, it's not really bad. Because we have a Faithless, we got the Fetch, we have Reanimate, and we have these two. I'm going to keep this. It's not the best hand, but I like it because I can set up a combo. Especially since I get a free turn off of this. Excuse me, my apologies. Alright, so let's start off with the Badlands off the Fetch. We'll loot, because we get a free turn right now because of that Chancellor. Loot, discard, and we're going to pass the turn because we can't do anything else. We also just picked up an Entomb, which is very huge. So we might actually just Entomb once we know what they're on. So let's see what they do to start here. Basically, the first spell that they cast is going to get countered. They're gonna throw a Ponder out in front of that train. What that tells me is I'm probably gonna crack the Fetch, grab the other Badlands, and Thoughtseize to start before I reanimate. Crack Fetch. Grab a Badlands. Thought Swizzle my Nizzle. Because we want to make sure they can't force a will us here. What are they on? I see Miracles. Do we care about Click? I don't think so. Because by the time Click matters, we're going to be pretty far ahead. Counterbalance I care about. Because that's going to make my life difficult. Although I do care about Supreme as well. I think what I'll do is I take Counterbalance, because they can drop that. It depends on what I want to reanimate, because if I reanimate Tidespout, next turn I can go Entomb to get Grizzle in, bounce a land, Thoughtseize, bounce a land. Yeah, I'm going to take the Counterbalance, because they can actually play that. If I go Tidespout, I'm going to go Tidespout Tyrant here. It might bite me in the ass, but I like the idea of being able to just bounce their board and get free attacks in. Because next turn I'll be able to Entomb and Thoughtseize, bounce both their lands, most likely. Sequencing would be Thoughtseize followed by Entomb. Alright, so let's keep that open. Oh, that's weird. Usually it doesn't do it like that. So they grab the Strand. And they're just going to pass. Do we play the land out? I think we do, just to have it out. We can fetch it later. Thought Swizzle them. Get the island. Okay, yep, they... This is what's great about this deck, is that they you finish games really fast, because they know that it's going to end once you have a combo like that set up, because at that point I effectively just get to play things for free and swing for 5. They needed to hit a specific card off the top, and that tells me that they weren't expecting to actually hit it. And honestly, what I can do is wait till they fetch, and then bounce the land they get off the Fetch with Entomb, and just do Entomb at instant speed. So we know they're on Miracles. So Iona stays. We might want to bring in Stronghold Gambit. The Duresses come in, because that helps us deal with them in that regard. Wear and Tear is kind of worth it, but I'm not sure. I need to think of what I want to bring in and then go for what I'm taking out. I saw Ven Click, and I know they run Snaps. I don't know if I want to run Stronghold into that. I don't know if Grizzle's worth it right off the bat. Elish can come out. Because it'll do things technically with those snaps and then clicks, but it's not an impact card in that case. We're probably going to try to shoot for an Iona turn 1 next game, and name White, because that turns off most of their win cons. Because if they drop an entreat, like, Elish isn't going to win that. We're just dead on board regardless. They'll whittle us down eventually. I think I can take out a couple animate. I want the Duresses, because they're going to be on the play to start. Chancellor is good here. I know I said in the deck tech. Oh, crap. I'm running out of time. So we're going to take out 2 animate deads. Bring in a pair of wear and tears to be safe. We'll cut 1 Chancellor. We're going to leave it at 1. Only because it is a relevant card. I think that covers everything. We might want to bring Grave Titan in if it doesn't work out with what we got here. But no, they're almost 100% going first this game. Honestly, we had a huge advantage being able to force their Ponder to get countered, so they couldn't really do a thing. What I imagine they did is they probably topped a land off of their draw. Because what they had in hand was not going to win them the game. Even if they got the Ven click out of all things. So, I'm glad it looks like I went with the right choice, although it was a little ballsy. So yeah, they're going to elect to play first. Yep. This is so close. If one of these lands was a way to discard things, I would keep this in a heartbeat. I almost want to out of... No, I can't. You need the way to get it in there. This is a dream. We're going to keep this. Bottom that. I don't think we need it. Alright, they're going to ponder. That's fine. Honestly, best case scenario here would be we top into something that doesn't require us to entomb. We can just collect a Brutality instead. Excuse me. Again, I'm probably shooting for something like an Iona here. Because that's your best option. Alright, what are they doing here? Because I don't want them to wiggle out. They're on they're running red. So they're on Jeskai. But they're running Counterbalance Tells Me Miracles. I might be wrong and stupid, but we'll see. Come on, damn. That would have been such a perfect draw. Badlands. Cast the Lotus Petal. Crack the Petal for black. Dark Ritual. I probably should have done the other way around. Can I get away with this? 4 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yep. We're going to escalate. Cast. Target. Black. We're going to discard that Delta. We don't need it. If we do what I think we can do here, I think we win here. Just outright. I don't want to go for this combo into counter spells. I can't afford to, basically. This guy's probably confused, thinking, why did he do that first without a creature? But he probably figures I have an Entomb and a Reanimate in hand, or something of that nature. Let me look. Let me peek. I want to look. Are they debating whether they counter this? My internet's still working. I had some internet issues yesterday. I was worried about today. Yeah, so I imagine they're probably debating if they counter the collective brutality to protect something else in their hand. But because if they have a force of will, I'm taking the force of will. Or if they have a, even better, if they have force of will and one other blue card, I'm taking the other blue card because the force of will's dead at that point. I don't care about it anymore. Oh, nope, that is not how that works. So we're going to just take the force because Click we don't care about, Snap we don't care about, Brainstorm we do care about, but it's irrelevant. So we're going to take the force. Alright, at this point, we know what's in their hand. We get a free turn. We're going to Entomb. I'm honestly leaning towards Big Grizz now that we know what's there. So we can either go Big Grizz and shut them off, like try to get greedy, or we can go Iona naming white because they're not going to get anything through. Like Whoopi, Snapcaster, Ponders. They only have 3 lands. Oh, that's huge, actually. They only have 3 lands, so it's not like they can just draw straight into Jace. I can just wipe them out before they have a chance. I think I go Iona. Normally, I would say definitely go Grizzlebrand, but in this case, Iona's better because I can play Iona naming white, which means their only out at that point is they have to hit me with a Jace the Mind Sculptor, which they have to draw into. Given the Brainstorm helps, and yes, technically naming blue would be the smarter choice, but most of their threats are in white, or the things that can stop me are in white. If I can just keep them off of white, I win, basically. So I'm going to grab Iona because I think that's the better choice. If I made the drastic mistake that kills me, feel free to completely grill me about it in the comments below or wherever if you have my number, because I know some friends will hopefully watch this. Feel free to grill me because this one is... I feel like I should be grabbing... what's his face? Grizz, Big Daddy Grizzlebrand, but I can't say no to an turn 1 Iona naming white because their blue is strictly that. It's there. It fixes their draws, but there's not too many scenarios where they're gonna hit. Like, they're gonna be on 3 lands by 2 lands after this turn. They'll be down to 11 or 10 rather if they fetch. If they fetch, they're down to 10. It's still a 3-turn clock. I die if they hit curve and hit a Jace, but they really need to hit curve. They could stall with Vendilion Click, correction. That is true. They can stall with Ven Click for a turn. So they're dead by turn 5-ish. Oh, I can actually X that out because I don't care about that card anymore. But yeah, their out is Jace the Mind Sculptor because Snap doesn't do anything. Ven Click stalls for a turn, Whoopi. So I don't know what they're doing. They're probably debating if they want to Brainstorm now or later. I honestly think their best bet is probably the Brainstorm later because they're not really going to do anything otherwise. Because if you Brainstorm now and I top into a Thoughtseize, you basically just shot yourself in the foot. If you Brainstorm later, yeah, they're just going to wait, so probably a better option for me to do that. Okay, so we got an Entomb, or Exhume rather, the other reanimation spell that I like. We're going to start attacking. I don't think they have an out that's realistic here, so they're going to Brainstorm now. Nope, they're going to fetch now. Grab their land. Yep, there's the Tundra. Brainstorm. Snapcast. Oh, they're just going all in on the trying to kill me out. Okay. That works. I can live with that. I can erase that. They'll probably flash and then click off the draw. Yeah, they're going to try to race me with 2 damage versus 7, which isn't terrible, to be honest. Let me get that out there because I know they just played that. Alright, so they drew into a land. So they still have the plains in hand in the Ven click. So we know 3 of, and the brainstorm. So we know 3 of their 4 cards. That's actually huge. The downside is if they run into oh, did they hit a snap? Yeah, they hit a second snap. They could actually race this then. Or they might be able to. So yeah, they're gonna ponder them. Cause yeah, no, they're at this point they're gonna dig to try to get to Jace the Mind Sculptor, because that's how they win. That's their only chance. They don't Jace, they lose. So I got a free 7 here, because they don't have anything in the air. At this point, I want a land, I think. Because I want to get another land to set up for another big play. So yeah, you swing the 2, because that's the right play. Yep. Okay, down to 10. What'd they do? They chose a shuffle, which tells me they're also in a really tight spot here. So we're going to swing Iona. I gotta be careful with that reanimate, because if I do it wrong, I die. So keep that in mind, folks at home. Because they're going to probably Ven click here if they don't have the Jace. I hope he doesn't scoop. No, okay, he's... Oh, don't play Ven click. Don't do Ven click now. Don't do that. Oh, they have the planes, though. I say, don't do the Ven click now. Play your planes. We know you have it. That's fine. Do your 4 damage. It puts me down to 6. Puts me at 6. Brainstorm. Yep. I imagine these are most likely staying. I'm going to go down to 5. Play the plains. Pass. Draw a step. Play Ven click. Stall a turn out. It's... Oh, they got a Scalding Tarn. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna swing. Yep. I'm gonna wait for them to target. Because if they target themselves, I don't care. I feel like they might actually target themselves. Yeah, they're targeting themselves. They're trying to draw cards here. Alright, so is this what they revealed? Hang on. So they reveal... Okay, they reveal Flusterstorm. Swing. We're going to block there. So now what I'm going to do... I'm going to roll the dice again. If they have Bolt, I'm screwed. If they run Bolt, which is possibly why they had the Volcanic, I'm really screwed here because I just put myself in death range. We're going to reanimate their Ven click, though. Put ourselves down to 3 because we can survive a Snapcaster hit. And I want information on their hand. I don't want to put this up to chance. Alright, so how does this work? 'Cause I've never actually played with Ven click. ETBs... Enter the battlefield like a target player's hand. It's put it in the graveyard or bottom? I think it's you put it on the bottom. Let me just be safe. Because I'd rather be safe than sorry. Okay, Windows 10. This is why I don't like you. May choose an online card from it. If you do, put that player reveals the chosen card, puts it on the bottom of his or library, then draws a card. Alright, so let's see what they've got. Do I want to put any of these on the bottom of their library? No, they can keep that. Yeah, that's fine. Van Click's just gonna chump. What's weird is it doesn't put it in the reveal. Oh, it's because it's look. That's dumb. If I knew that, I would have. So yeah, accumulated knowledge and counter spell. And a planes. I don't know why they kept the planes after that brainstorm. Alrighty. Moment of truth time. Block. Okay. Okay. Go down to 1. I'm sitting on the edge of my seat. Do they have it? Please don't tap 4. Please don't tap 4. Oh, crap. They still have their planes in hand. Oh, that was a good rip, though. Brainstorm off the top. Whew. I had to mute myself. I was about to cough. Do they get it? Do they get it? Accumulate. They're digging for bolts? Oh, man. That was tight. GG, sir. So, start out against Jeskai, I'm assuming miracles, although I have no idea at this point, because I didn't see a single miracle card. But no, they had to either bolt me or get me off of a Jason Mind Sculptor. Those were their outs. I'll probably look at what the actual deck of this is, because I'm sure it's on MTG Top 8, where I usually get a lot of my metadata. So that's round 1. That felt like an eternity. It was only 5 turns that game. But we're starting out 1-0 with a 2-0 win. So that's always good. Luckily, the Iona play worked out. Retrospect, probably should have named blue, but I feel like they probably had white at the top. And doing that screwed them, so they probably did all that shuffling to get rid of the white at the top of their deck. So that's round 1 with BR Reanimator. As you can see, the deck does some really powerful and derpy stuff. It's a glass cannon, though, because if they had a second counter spell in that opening hand, I was effectively shot out of the water. So, like, the misplay I did there would have been I cracked the Lotus Petal to do the Dark Writ. I should have just tapped the other one to do Dark Writ, and then did the collected, done the same thing except just the way I tapped that, because if I cracked the egg for that, that would have sucked if I got countered anyway. So that's round 1. Hope you guys stick around for the next 5 rounds, hopefully top 8 if those are included. I'm the MaroonWarlock. It's been a pleasure. Deuces. Have a good day.